stress less. Know your limits. Don't agree to plans and projects that you know you have no energy for. This is something that if I could wear as a sign, or maybe have it be my shirt design on the front, on the back, I would wear it. And the reason I say this is because sometimes I'll have people talk to me about their upcoming plans and they're excited about the idea of it, but when it's actually time for it, they get so discouraged because of what it might entail. Sometimes they'll be like, I know that I'll get to travel, I'll get to head out, but it's gonna be expensive, or there's gonna be a lot of people, or it's very far, it's gonna be very time consuming. Those things, I'm like, well, if you find yourself advocating more, finding more reasons why you don't want to do something, why you don't feel like doing something, why you would rather not do something, then commit to not doing that something. If there are plans coming up and you immediately feel enthusiastic, you feel those flutters in your stomach, and you are just super into it, super excited about it. You're like, I get to see so and so, I get to go this and that place, I get to go eat this and that and the other. And if you find yourself feeling like that, rejoice, embrace the opportunity, look forward to it, work your way up to it, commit to going, and that's it. But I will never understand the people who are in that weird gray area of, I like the thought, I like the idea, but this, that, and the other. Commit to one thing. Is the event exciting enough to where you want to wreck your shit to make it? Or is it so meh that it's in a sense appalling enough, the idea of being involved in it, that you would rather just not go? Commit to not going, period. That's why I will always say, you guys, that I like to see the world as simply so that I don't have to struggle with bullshit like this. When it comes to knowing your limits, that's something I wish I would have begun to do a little earlier in my life. And that has to do more with work more than anything. I used to grind super hard because, of course, I had a genuine necessity. My financial situation was bad and I was operating out of fear. And that fear led to me exploiting myself because I understood that was going to help me head toward the solution, which is pulling myself out of those dire situations. But sometimes I regret how I allowed for fear to mandate over my life in such a way, because I had limits. I was depressed, I was miserable, I wasn't enjoying what I was doing, especially I was doing that, not really seeing an end to it. And I swear to you, it wasn't until I stopped doing that, I stopped pushing myself, that I started seeing my improvement. I started seeing the benefit. I started seeing my situation improve. I don't know if it's because all that grinding were seeds that I planted that led to me eventually putting myself in the clear from those things, those circumstances, or if it was because I calmed my ass down, I was able to see that, hey, being that extra is not really gonna do me any good. If I go with the flow, it'll be just as good. You guys ever hear about how speeding is pointless? Because even though you're speeding, you're going to reach that fool who sped by you. They'll be stopping at the red light, or maybe they will cross this light, but the next light is going to turn red. Yours is going to turn green, and you'll catch up to them anyway. That's kind of what overworking myself felt like. I'm like, yeah, I'm grinding as hard as I can to make this money in a short amount of time to address current problems, but ultimately the problem still existed, and all I did was, I guess, accrue a couple of extra dollars that in the end, had I just waited it out a little bit, it was going to fix itself. See what I mean? It's hard to explain because I really do not wish to dig into specific details of what really was going on back then. But I just remember telling myself, I regret so much that I acted under the stress induced anxiety, or rather, the anxiety induced stress made me this overperformer that I just look back at it and I just want to coach myself and be like, all you gotta do is stay calm and deal with one thing at a time. Even if it feels like the walls are closing in on you, exploiting yourself is fucking silly. Social events, I see it the same way. Stressing yourself over a commitment or someone planting the idea in you of, hey, join me for this, come with me for that, or help me move, help me get this started, or work this shift with me, things like that. It's like, hold on. What about me? This is not what I want to do. This is not how I wish to spend my time. This is not where I wish to be. I will always favor being at home above anything else. If you're going to disrupt that, you better have a very compelling reason to convince me to forego and sacrifice where I want to be and prefer to be, to give in to you and your desire. And this is why I will continue to say, be hard to impress. Because even if you're offering me pretty much a sunshine and beachfront overnight, I'm going to say no. And why wouldn't I say no when I have made it very clear that I like clouds and rain? Why would you offer me sunshine when my preferred weather is rainy? Don't take me out of my rainy element that makes me happy to join your element of sunshine that makes you happy. You're winning, I'm losing. Why? Why would I allow myself to be impressionable? Why? I will decline because I'm not easy to impress. Well, there you guys have it. I hope that made sense. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know how you relate to this one. Let me know how this one has manifested for you, or how you have heard other people conflict with this, because I think it's very interesting. It's kind of like the holidays. You're excited that, whoa, Christmas and whoa, Thanksgiving, the food, the cold weather, the sales and everything. But when the moment comes, you're like, but traffic sucks. But I have to drive to another location because they ran out of all that shit. Like, commit to the entire experience. See it as a good, positive thing. What is the point of you indulging in something if you're not going to be willing to take in the whole package? That's what I'm saying. If you're going to commit to getting on board with the hype of this holiday season, then indulge in it, shut the fuck up, don't complain about it. Now, if you're like me and you're just an overall hater of this season, then commit to being a hater of this season. And the good things that come out of it, indulge in it, acknowledge it, be grateful for it. But if deep down this is not your season, it just isn't. Don't try to pretend to make it be your season when it isn't meant to be your season. See what I mean? And that's why midwinter, you guys will start hearing me go like, I'm so excited for the spring because the spring is my element, it's my season, it's just so awesome for me, that type of thing. See what I mean? But anyway, that's just me. All right, bye.